if I didn't just say it a second ago, please like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that stuff because it totally helps the algorithm. And algorithm, it helps the algorithm. I got a bad case of algorithm. Anyway.
What would you do with a brain if you had one?
Welcome back to Clint Street Machines. In this one, we're going to get those front fenders put on. Matter of fact, let's just do that right now. All right, so this is the fender we're working with. This is the only fender I have for the passenger side. Let's back this up and show it to you. It's got a few holes in it, some Bondo worms. It's not good. And it's got a dent in there. Where is it? There. The bottom's rotted off. And it's missing a chunk. But we have the chunk. Or part of the chunk. So. We have that much of it. So. This is the perfect fender to be cutting on to figure out what we're going to do up front. So let me, we got to get this cleaned off. I started cleaning it with the wheel there. But let's get this thing cleaned off and tack it all back together, and then we'll start cutting her up and modifying it. All right, so we've got our area we're going to weld on. We got that all cleaned up. We found a bunch of dents. There's a huge dent here. It's got this low. There's a huge dent here. This thing goes all the way across this body line and kind of encroaches on that top one. We got a bunch of Bondo here. It's barely holding together. So there's that big dent from the back. You can really see that. So we go like that. All right, guys, so I don't have my microphone on or anything, so what we're basically going to have to do now is I have to make some clearance here. I'm going to leave this here for now. it's going to get covered up, whatever. I'll worry about perfection later. We're just trying to get it all tacked in and determine how long the front nose is, because I don't think I have room for a radiator unless I extend this nose, is where I'm currently at. But I don't know just how much room we have up front before I decide to finalize the engine location. Plus, I want to make sure there's enough engine sticking up out of the front. But I'm just going to cut it back to enough to clear, so somewhere in this area. Just enough to clear the tire. Boom. All right. Yeah, it's going to end up having to go somewhere right about there. All right, well, we can make that work, is the whole point of doing this. So, let's see if it leaves us any room for a radiator. And we'll do that by putting the nose back on this thing. Anyway, not really on it, but we'll line it up here, just for eyeball reasons, which is right there. Make the other side match. Right about there. Short answer is no. Not enough room for a radiator. Well, there kind of is. If I bring the radiator all the way to the back of the grill, I've got plenty of room. Because I kind of like to keep the nose short, because I think from a proportion standpoint, that looks better. All right. Okay, so I don't think this is where we're going to end up with permanently. The location's good and everything else. Fits around the wheel nicely. This will be just enough for us to have some wheel travel, but it's not ideal. The track width on this S10 is obviously much wider than on the Subaru Brat. So we're sticking out a solid, now granted, this isn't pulled all the way quite in where it needs to be, but it's pretty close. And we're a good, well, a little less than, we're about 2 inches from the outside sidewall to the outside fender edge. So we need to go in at least 2 inches to look right. So we might do that, but we don't have time for No Name Nationals to rebuild a front suspension. So anyway, let's go ahead and locate that right there for now, I think. Let me check this angle. I'm trying to keep it the same as it was from the factory so it matches the back correctly and all that. So let me look down the side from back here. Actually, that's almost dead perfect. Okay, you know what? I think I'm going to call it right there. So this is an 1/8 inch drill bit. So Cleco is a name brand like Kleenex or anything else, and these aren't that brand, I don't think. But basically, they're a temporary rivet, and what it is there's these little teethy things here. Hopefully you can see those. Just if I got in front of the, there we go. Right, when you press it. So when you press it, these two can squeeze together closer, and when you open it up, when you let the middle part go, it opens them back up. And there's a spring in there that does it, and that's called a temporary rivet. So these allow you to put the panel on and off a bunch of times and have them go right back in the same position every time. So we squeeze it, stick it through the hole, let it go, and there we go. Firmly clamps our panel in place. All right. I see an issue already. Gotta fix all that. I like working on rat rod. Don't have to worry about using the right tools for anything. Yeah, I should have left a little more of that. Oh well. Okay, so there it is. That's the front fenders up. We've decided to go ahead and keep the front end short because from a proportion standpoint, it looks better. Will we be able to get a radiator in there? I'm not 100% sure. We got to see how far we can push that engine back and still be able to fit inside the vehicle. Although I came up with an idea recently that might, it's a little cheesy, but it might allow us to have all the room we need inside. So we'll see what I decide to do there. However, either way, we'll get a radiator in it, whether it's in front of the engine or in the back of the car. I don't care. It will get a radiator one way or another. So we're just going to keep that front end short because I think it looks better. You'll notice the S10 is still sitting back there. We have not gotten rid of that. Nor do we have plans to. I still really want to finish that truck. So if you guys came here for S10 content, and bear with the Subaru content, there's still an S10 frame under there. So it's not completely not S10. But, and it is technically a mini truck, right? It's mini, it's an import. It's got a bed and a tailgate and a camper shell. I'm going to call that a truck. So if you're here for the mini truck content, hopefully you're okay with the Subaru. And for the rest of you, thanks for the overwhelmingly positive response to the build. I love the Subaru as much as you guys, I think. It's really inspiring. It makes a statement. I'm really happy with the way it's coming out. So I'm really looking forward to getting that thing up and running. So if you're as interested in this vehicle as I am, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another video. And we are going to keep going. In the next video, we're going to get the front end on it. So there's still plenty of video coming out. And I'm doing some side work to try and drum up some cash to keep things going. So thanks a bunch for watching. I really do appreciate it. I can't say thank you enough. But please like, comment, subscribe, share, and do all those things that help our algorithm. And, until I see you guys next time, take care of yourselves.